everyone! For this video, we will be reviewing the B-182 Dynamite Battle Entry Set. Now before we continue with this video, make sure you leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you are new here on the channel with bell notifications on. No pun intended. So with this entry set, this is actually our first entry set in a long time. The last one was with God Valkyrie. The other time, Chazzy was 2 bays, and then after in GT 2 bays, and then after in Sparking 2 bays. We're back to the entry set. So this comes with Dynamite Belial, and comes with a new DB Stadium, a launcher grip, the new launcher, as well as obviously the main bay. So our main bay in this is really cool. It is Dynamite Belial. I'm gonna have to take some time getting used to that name. This is obviously our protagonist name. Was it Bell Daikokuten? He is really cool. He's kind of got this whole Batman theme with the cape and everything, and it is a very nice recolor of Belial. I gotta say, like the pink and everything, sort of like the roses, it just makes it look so cool. Even more awesome on the box, just to show Ragnarok is probably still going to get beat up this season. We can see it beating it up on the box. So with that being said, we're going to be taking a look at the sides of the box. Now the side of the box just highlights the same thing as the front, but simply just to talk about it. That way if people are wondering what's on the side of the box, there you go. And by the way, Belial is an attack type if you're wondering. There's a lot to cover when we go to the back of the box, so I want to make sure I do a good job. Okay, now we are at the back of the box, and oh boy, there is a lot to cover. So going over onto the top side, obviously it highlights what comes with it, the bay, the launcher grip, the stadium, talks about the bay. So with this new system, there's a bunch of new parts, but the main 2 modes to talk about is low and high mode. So low mode is when the armor piece is actually below the bay, and we will have a low center of gravity, hence the name. Now high mode is when the armor piece goes on top, and you'll have a higher center of gravity. But the difference is, in high mode, it actually allows you to put on regular discs. If you are in low mode, you cannot put normal discs, you can only put DB discs, so keep that in mind. Now to go over some of the other stuff, obviously explains how the launcher works and you launch it, as we can see right there. Kind of just goes over it, you know, there, how to launch it and everything. We're going to be going over actually the base. Obviously, it goes through the parts by part. Really cannot wait to go into this. So what's really interesting is that it's our, what is this, our dynamite core, that should be our blade, our armor piece, and then after all together it makes the actual layer. And the initials is DBL-2. Now the reason why it's -2 is because the armor piece is the 2. I did obviously suspect that the naming for it, for the actual blades, would be 1 letter, not 2. Makes sense. And then after Nexus, obviously we already know, and Venture. I'll be going more in depth as we go into part by part. To go more to the side, we have a new launcher. So what's cool about this launcher is that it's very reminiscent of the Gravity Perseus launcher. You basically can customize it. There are no parts to really customize it with, unless you count the same launcher that you can buy separately, but I'm very curious to see where this goes. To flip it around, you can switch to left or right rotation, and I will go more in depth in another video, but I will still cover it in this video. As well, to go on the side here, we have the stadium. So the difference between the stadium now and the stadium before is it goes from 3 pockets to 2. It's deeper, has 2 tornado ridges, and is 125% bigger. Now the most spicy part about this bay is going to be the fact that we have a little part right here that talks about its future evolutions. So, for those that are wondering, this bay will evolve, but in a unique way. So, Belial will have parts of its evolution spread out in future releases. One of which we already know, which is from Fafnir, which is the yellow. Red, who knows? Blue, who knows? But I'm guessing it'll be an upgrade to the disc and maybe the performance tip. I cannot wait to have a fully upgraded Belial. Cannot wait to see. And then after on this side, it just shows the launch and whatever. So with that being said, we are going to now go over everything. I will cover it as best as I can, in depth as possible. So going over the flyer here, so it goes over some combinations as we can see, and obviously the teaser for the next month, I'm looking at you, Fafnir. Mark it on your calendars, which is May 29. So they talk about the back of the little flyer here. The back is not anything special at all. All it's going over is just strategies for launching, so to exceed a certain amount, get a KO, or how you can angle your launch. These are just kind of like just, you know, whatever stuff. They're not really that important, so if you're wondering though, just because we're going to show it, but yeah, they're nothing special. Next up, as I'm going to now zoom out on here, these are instructions. Should be where we. So just to go over here, so this just goes and gives a breakdown on everything. I'm assuming this means don't flip it over because it's not dual spin or something like that. I'm assuming I'm assuming that's what it's for, because I remember in Sparking people were flipping the rings over because of the thing. Explain actually how you're supposed to lock it and everything, how to go over with the modes, so high and low mode. A lot of the other stuff is very basic, like assembly. The stadium is very easy to assemble. The rest is just for the launcher and the launcher grip, but I'm gonna be honest, like, you don't really need that much of an explanation for it. Alright, so here we have the stadium. These are the pins here. So just to take this out. Very nice. The stadium, you can actually see it better on the top view. So let me just... There you go. Alright, it's by accident. So, to go over the actual stadium here, this is how it looks like with the lid on top. And other than that, we're just gonna put the stadium on top and measure. Just hold it like this, so you can measure it.
So we can, let me measure first inside here. So it's almost...
It lines up actually pretty well. I can just see that they added this extra ridge outside.
5 centimeters. The inside here is 25 centimeters like this.
But
from here to here.
Yeah, but the extra part is this outer part here.
So the other part and the other part.
Yeah.
So in total here.
How much would you say?
So it's 38 centimeters. Let me see. Hold there.
38 centimeters, and then after my father measures completely on there, how much?
30. So it's like 8 centimeters more.
So actually, we don't need the.
That was just for.
Yeah, that's for the show the thing. All right, now I'm going to show you how you can easily put the pins. You just go here on the stadium, and then after, you just got to find it, and then there you go. You lock it in there. Bada bing, bada boom, there you go. Now the cool thing is that there's 2 pockets only. There's a lot of rooms for the bays to travel in. And I don't know how hard it's going to be to KO, but it's going to be really, really interesting. Yeah, you can actually see me, but not on the top camera, so I'll probably use most of the top camera. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to actually get the launcher, because we have to compare that launcher to the new Sparking launcher. The new launcher to the Sparking launcher, and see how long it is, and then after also show the customization off. So, alright, so we're going to be going over our launcher here. So obviously I already opened it just to make it a little bit easier. So we have our launcher grip, which just to show you, same launcher grip we've been getting for years. It is transparent on there, you know, pretty standard. Then after we have our new Dynamite Battle launcher. So this launcher, first of all, oh man, look at the detail. Such a good camera and such a good launcher. It's so cool. I'll pull the plastic out. So actually first, I'll put on launcher grip actually at the end. So to actually show it off, so there's 3 different parts to this. There is our gear unit, what is it, our core unit, and then after like there's a spin gear. The 3 different parts. So our gear unit is this part right here. Obviously it makes sense. This has the gears on it. Then after obviously our, you know, we got the spin units and the core unit. Obviously the core unit. Spin obviously because it's what allows to launch the bays. So what's cool is this. If right now let's say I'm in right rotation, R, okay, how do I get it to left? you flip over the thing. I'm not used to customizing this. You get this piece on, then after you get this piece on, you gotta make sure you align it properly, and then, yeah, there you go. And then after... Alright, so side by side to the old MFB launcher, if we can zoom out a bit. So MFB was pretty much a similar way for how they did this. You would take off this part, and then after bada bing bada boom, you'd switch it to its other rotation. Now the difference, same principle of burst, just burst has different units for future customization. So next thing we're going to show is just attaching a launcher grip to this. Alright, so I've now assembled the launcher with the launcher grip on, although this will be very weird because I'm not used to launching like this. I'm used to launching, well, I can launch like this, I don't mind. This actually looks so sick. I love the red on this, oh my god. So next what we have to do,
this is a limited edition launcher. The regular one is black.
Yeah, the regular one is just pure black. So what we're going to do actually now is my father is going to count how many stops the launcher is. Twelve and a half.
Like
12 and 3/4. So just to use the top camera now, if I were to do a side-by-side, actually, for this to work, you might have to actually pull the string with me. So actually, you pull it. So you can see, with help from my father, it is slightly longer. This catch. It is slightly long, if I bring it a little bit closer. It is slightly longer by a little bit to the Sparking Long launcher. Obviously, my preference, I'll have no idea. Now, the real interesting thing about this launcher right here is going to be how customizable is it going to be. I'm curious.
Yeah, because why do you have this thing?
What's this part here? Exactly. So going over to the parts by part, we have our first part, which is the Dynamite core. Now, for this one, it is Belial. Now, for Belial, it actually has 4 strong teeth. That's the whole thing with it. Now, obviously, appearance looks insanely beautiful. Like, I love how the rose looks and everything. Now, what's really interesting, actually, is that we can see the teeth. But more than that, we can also see the little lock that it has on there. So it's supposed to have 4 strong teeth on it, which, we can see. So what's interesting, actually, is that the Dynamite core basically functions like a GT chip. So unlike Sparking, where the chips didn't necessarily matter for the lock, with these, it's very specific. So on to our next part, we have got our armor piece. So this, in a sense, is kind of like our layer weights, like sort of like GT. Now, obviously, you can see that how it's focused on, as the name suggests, it kind of just has those, I guess the 2 main points of focus for its area. Now, obviously, if I flip this over, just see for an example how it's going to look like. So it is going to be very, very interesting to see the difference in armors, what armor is going to be better than the other, So this blade looks pretty cool. It is nice and transparent. So with the blade, this sort of acts like our ring/layer base, kind of. So there is no special gimmick with this. It is just Valkyrie shaped, basically. In a sec, actually, wait, hold on, let me flip it so you can see it flipped over. By the way, if they ever do a flippable blade, I'm calling it right now, they're gonna do it. On to our next part, which is a 4-star Nexus. Now, with Nexus, alright, it is very interesting. Now, for how many points it has in total, it is 4 main points, as we can see all around. Just to show it off a bit more, you can see 4 main points for Nexus, and if you want to see the proof that I have 4 stars on this, 4 stars, count them. Next up, for our performance tip, we have Venture. So Venture is a very interesting performance tip. The reason for this is that it is very similar, in a sense, to how Anchor is. And of course, if you want to see the symbol for it and everything, we of course got our core, which is about 6.93, 13.62 grams. We have a blade, which is 5.47. Now, how heavy? Oh boy! 31.12 28 grams. Then after, for the performance tip, Venture is a total of 7.8 grams. I also really do like how there are slots where it looks like you can put an attachment on it, so that will be super interesting for the future. This in low mode, let's see what this is. So I assemble it like this, okay? So then after, if you want to get the armor piece on, you have to find where it is. So you would make sure this is open, So make sure it's open, you lock it in, and then after like this, and we're gonna feel how tight it is. Pretty tight. So that is how you get this in low mode. So this is low mode. And by the way, if you were to compare the height to something of a sparking bay, it feels really short. But altogether now, it gets to a total of about 65.07 grams. Okay, so I double checked with this just to make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, here's how high mode works. Okay, get it on like this. Okay, there we go. And then you get this armor piece on, and then you're in high mode. So what high mode is that now, you can see this, okay, yeah, now this makes sense. So you get this massive gap on the thing, but that's just because of how all DB discs are. But when you get it in high mode, yeah, I did it right. I almost did it wrong before. So if I'm in high mode right now, I could put on a normal disc like wheel, for an example, on this. Now, only in high mode, let me show you an example with wheel. Only in high mode can you actually have it with normal discs. Now, if I were to give Glide Ragnarok right now a DB disc, this is how it would look like. So a side-by-side comparison. You can see this looks really, really wacky. I don't know what benefits high mode is going to have, but it is pretty interesting. So I just showed high mode. So let's say I want to take this apart and put it in low mode again. So let's place this on top. Okay. Then after, I would place this. So I'd place this on the bottom, lock it in, and you can see if I try to put a normal disc, it doesn't work. That is where the DB discs come in, and then after, if I want to put a DB disc on it, I can. So only low mode works with DB discs, and high mode works with all discs. So keep that in mind. So with that being said, I'm now going to put on the stickers. So now when it's fully assembled with stickers in its high mode, then after when it's fully assembled, here we go. So this is what it looks like when it's fully assembled, and it does look incredibly beautiful. Okay, we have the stadium set up here. So these are actually some really cool mats. So I first already have this in left. So what I thought I would do was to show the launcher launching in left, because the bay is only right spin, so it makes sense. So 3, 2, 1, let's rip. Plus, we get to see a sparking bay like Rage. So what you're gonna notice is that sparking bays kind of, so I'll call this 3 levels: the top level, second level, and the low level. So a lot of the sparking bays hang around the second level, which is what you'll probably see for most of the battles. So now, we're going to now switch it, Dynamite style. Bada bing, bada boom. And the I had that flipped the wrong way. And the Dynamite has been assembled. So my father's got a stopwatch, and we're gonna get set up in a second. Okay, ready, set. You got it ready? We're gonna see how long it spins in low, then in high mode. 3, 2, 1, shoot! So, it's gonna give me the thing. So what I'll probably do for this section, all right. All right, well, it's possible. So our first one was 1 minute and 30. So we're gonna switch this now on to the, what is it? So that was low mode. So we're gonna switch this into high mode. So 3, 2, 1, go shoot. So what I'm noticing is you can hear the little bit of shaking that it just did. So I feel like high mode is kind of a little bit more destabilizing in a way. I don't know how good high mode will be. Obviously, it's a high center of gravity versus a low center of gravity. One minute 30 versus 58. So what that basically means is that I would assume, obviously, you know, I just did 2 launches. We would need to do way more launches than just this just to get an idea. But what I'm able to tell is that probably between low and high, I would assume low has better stamina. 3, 2, 1, shoot! This is against Jet Wyvern.
Wow.
Alright, it's going around on the edge right here. Can it beat the Jet? The mighty and powerful Jet. I am literally just waiting. I've gone back in the center. Alright, it managed to beat Jet Wyvern. Feeling the rip. It's gonna be interesting. Whoa, big hits, no KOs yet. Oh my god, I'm just smacking around Fafnir. So Fafnir versus Belial. Who's going to actually take this one? Let us see. Maybe Fafnir? I would assume Fafnir. Fafnir, busy in the stadium. 3, 2 on the grip. Ooh, oh my god, they're going around. Hey! So look at how drift when you hard launch it goes. It's whoa! And a KO. I will pick it up. I will pick it up. So while my father is getting ready, the other 3 will be Solomon, Rage, and Brave. I will be now switched. So far, no bursts, which is interesting. All right, 3, 2 on the rip. All right, who gets it? This is anime battle. Oh! And Rage gives me PTSD now. So Rage can still kill. Well, at least in high mode. I don't know about low mode. All right, pick up Rage. Rage. Only one, though. Only one more rematch. All right, 3, 2, 1, just shoot. I feel like I sniped it or something, but am I going to complain with the results? Hey, why are you running away? Okay, oh no! Never mind, stay back, stay back. 3, 2 on the rip. All right, come on. Yeah, run away. Okay. Oh, we met. We met around the stadium.
Oh, that's fine.
That's so cool. Oh, you're pushing back. You could still KO me, but now's not the time. I'm going to win this one. Come on. Give it to me. 3, 2, 1, shoot. Okay, first hit goes to me. Now the thing is, this has the Solomon chip, so I'm wondering how good that's gonna help it. Oh, big hits. Big hits? Question mark? Yeah, it is the first episode. You are correct. This is the battle. Ladies and gentlemen, timestamp in the video. This is your battle. 3, 2, 1, shoot. Belial! Come on! Hey, don't chase after me. Okay, hey. This is an awesome stadium. It's more interesting, that's what it is. It's more interesting. First round. Okay, yeah. 3, 2, 1, shoot. So I tried to angle down. Okay, flower pattern. Here we go. Flower pattern. Sort of. Yeah, no, that is definitely the rush launch / flower pattern. Ooh, big hits. Ah, big hits. Wow. 3, 2, 1, shoot. They always going around the ridge. I'm very curious on how this is gonna work. All right, there we go. Just like that. Just like that. All right, let's switch. Let's switch. Okay, try it again. I'm used to launch. It is. All right, launch it again. Woo. What? Oh my god! Did you see the speed on that? 3, 2, 1, shoot. Oh my god, the attacks! Okay, this is what we're talking about. Oh my god. Belial or Brave? Who takes it? Who takes it? Okay. No way you win. Are you gonna win? No!
Whoa! Last round.
Last round?
Wow.
This is actually
Super good.
This is insane. I didn't even think it would win. I didn't think it would win. 3, 2, and shoot. Okay, come on. Oh, yes, I get an attack. So this is cool. They use the ridge around. All right, all right, all right. Come on, Brave. Come on. It's got more stamina than Brave. Wow.
Wow.
And this is an attack type. It wasn't rigged. Yeah, no, it wasn't rigged. All right. Out of 10.
Well,
I'm holding it up to the camera right now.
well.
This new system, this new series is absolutely phenomenal. I feel so happy right now doing these battles, but that's where we're going to be ending off this video. So I want to say thank you for watching, like and subscribe. Hope you like the setup. More DB videos coming soon, and bye.